Mm-hmm.
and experimenting, not to reproduce it for, money or patents or,
Yes.
controlling others. It's just like, hey, this is fun. Let's see what this could do, and move something around. Like, you can imagine how fun it is to watch a piece of steel do sit-ups.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's been at it for decades.
and actually the U.S. I guess Pentagon folks from the Pentagon went to visit his place in 1983 for 4 months.
Not surprising for 4 months.
I think they wanted to see what he was up to.
Well, we can assume that folks in the military and the Pentagon have access to this technology. I think that's they certainly have to. That's a given. But now
we have people that, like in the turn of the century, George Pigott, who has even a patent on it. It shows a picture of a little drawing of his little potai, observing those levitating steel balls. And, this Ed Leedskalnin, who built Coral Castle.
Yes.
And it seems he's got the same technologies. He only had a 4th grade education, came over from Latvia, got this wheel that spins around with magnets on it, and cranks it up. It's electrical generator, and also would move these, 15-ton stones around.
Yes.
Stones approximately the size of the ones used to build the Great Pyramid.
Well, I mean, as a kind of a political agenda, we're really, very quick and happy to hang responsibility on certain people, certain groups, certain individuals. But in reality, is it fair to say that any number of parties could have access to this kind of directed energy? Now we have to call it a weapon because it was used in a violent manner as a weapon. Is this something that any of the parties that have been accused or who have been, thought to be possibly responsible could have this technology?
Well, I try to stay away from the, blaming before you know what happened. So I was not listening to what others were pointing fingers at.
Right.
But one thing is clear, that, anyone could do this. And, revenge doesn't keep it from happening again. Revenge, you hear the phrase, an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind. I think that's very true. Revenge is not going to keep this from happening again.
No, absolutely not.
Knowing about it, if everyone knows about it, that's better.
How could that keep it from happening again?
If people know about this technology, they can use it for good. I think that's why Nikola Tesla did not want to release this, because it could provide free energy to the world, but he was afraid it would be used for evil purposes. Well, already been there, done that. Don't have that risk anymore. Let's use it for good. Another aspect of this is it's free energy technology.
Yes.
Right now, if somebody develops free energy technology in their basement all by themselves, they usually end up getting suicided or,
yes,
car wreck, something happens to them.
Right.
One by one, people can't develop it. But if everyone knows about this, everyone witnessed what happened that day. You look at the cover of my book, and there's no denying what happened.
Right.
That free energy technology does exist. If that is known wide enough, everyone can develop it out in the open.
Is that really part of your impetus for having gone to this much trouble to write this book? I mean, other than the fact you wanted answers. From the first minute, you knew something was wrong when you saw this on the news on September 11th. Also,
whatever did this can be used for good.
Yes.
That was the motivating thing behind it is, and if we stick our head in the sands, that's giving permission for whoever did the bad thing about it, to use it again. Another aspect that came to mind along the way was it's also quite patriotic to be doing what I'm doing. Because
absolutely.
I'm defending our country. If you entertain this scenario, if you were one of 4 or 5 people who wanted to take over the United States, you don't just go in the front door because the U.S. military would come get you. What you do, you have access to a gizmo like this. You turn the towers into dust, and then you start a truth movement. Just play along with the scenario, and you turn these well-meaning individuals. You turn them against their own government, have them destroy their country from within, have them hate their government so badly that when they want any government but the one they have. So you walk in, and they welcome you with open arms.
Mm-hmm.
And that looks like what's going on.
Yeah.
We don't know if it's, what entity, where, and sure, we know who covered it up. And if you want to know whose technology it is, go ask them. And that's what I tried to do with my federal Qui Tam case. But they put a stop to it. But the judges respected me enough that they put in the footnote that they were ignoring the law to dismiss my case.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That was respectful. And I respect them for that, too. That's integrity. It's like everyone is got a gun to their head or is blackmailed, held hostage.
It would seem, yes, it does seem that way. And to get any kind of clarity on it seems virtually impossible.
From some entity like that is being controlled.
Yes, yes.
And I somehow, managed to survive getting my book out. Now I'm pretty safe because, doing me in would give more attention to the book.
Do you have a lot of interested parties with this book? I mean, people that are maybe positioned in places that could benefit from knowing this? I mean, everyone can benefit from knowing it, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I've had various people contacting me, and they're not in the truth movement or anywhere like that. It's people outside the truth movement that respect me greatly. And it's like they didn't want to stick their neck out, and they're glad that somebody did.
Yeah.
And I also felt I was in the best position not having family.
Yes.
If you have a family, your decisions are different.
Absolutely.
And so I felt there was more responsibility on me to do this.
Well, that's very clear thinking, and also it's very courageous thinking. And I need to just tell people you've got to get a copy of this book. If you want to see all this for yourself, it looks like almost thousands of images. I don't know how many images are in here. I didn't count, but a lot. And graphs, charts of every kind. It's like you say, it's staring you right in the face. Anyone that reads this can never see the event of that morning in the same way again, which does bring up the bigger issues. And I hear a kind of almost like girlish excitement in your voice on one level that you blasted through this, you got it out there, and you are an optimist. This isn't about taking anyone down. This is about saying, let's just show the world the horrors of what it can do. We'll show the world the good that it can do. And that's what I really hear in your voice, as you said earlier.
Thanks. Yeah, that is the intention. That revenge doesn't help anyone, except those who are trying to control us.
Yeah. Well, on that note, we won't go into Hurricane Erin and any of the other phenomena around. We've gone through so much already. I'm sure people's heads are spinning. I want to thank you so much for your time and for having taken the time and the energy to have written this amazing book, Where Did the Towers Go? So on that note, Judy, thank you so much. I wish you the very best in getting the word out there. And also, I wish us all the good fortune that this energy source will be revealed for the good of all.
Keep in mind, truth is unifying.
Yes, it is. It is indeed. Judy, thank you so much.
Thanks so much for having me.
I cannot encourage you strongly enough to get a copy of this book. We all need a reality check on this paradigm-changing event that has affected our lives on countless levels. You can go to our website at wheredidthetowersgo.com to buy a copy. You can also learn more about Dr. Judy's work at her website, drjudywood.com. Until next time, thanks for listening.